Sloth has a to-do list. Sloth made it 3 weeks ago. Sloth has been admiring it ever since. Sloth could start his taxes today. Sloth could finally answer that email from March. Sloth could fix the light bulb that's been out since his birthday. But ask Sloth to actually begin, and suddenly Sloth needs to make coffee, and reorganize the mugs, and research the history of mugs. Sloth promises himself he'll start at 9, then 10, then after lunch, then tomorrow, definitely tomorrow. Here's the paradox. Sloth knows the task isn't that hard. Sloth knows he'll feel better once it's done. And yet, Sloth still waits. Why is that? Why do some sloths out there seem to start things immediately, while this sloth would rather alphabetize his blanket collection? And the big question is there a way to trick Sloth's brain into doing things now? Part 1. The Time-Traveling Sloth. The answer starts with a strange habit of Sloth's brain. Sloth treats his future self like a complete stranger. Scientists call this temporal discounting. The further away a task is, the less real it feels. Today's Sloth and tomorrow's Sloth are technically the same Sloth. But to Sloth's brain, tomorrow's Sloth is some other guy, a more responsible guy, a guy with energy, a guy who, frankly, owes Sloth a favor. So, today's Sloth happily dumps every difficult task onto tomorrow's Sloth's calendar. Tomorrow's Sloth will exercise. Tomorrow's Sloth will start the project. Today's Sloth just needs to rest up. The problem? Tomorrow never arrives. Tomorrow's Sloth wakes up and discovers with great surprise that he is now today's Sloth. And today's Sloth, as we know, does not do hard things. Part 2. The Marshmallow Sloths. To understand how strange this is, let's look at a famous experiment. In the 1970s, scientists sat young children in front of a marshmallow. The deal was simple. Eat the marshmallow now, or wait 15 minutes and get 2. Some children waited. Most stared at the marshmallow, suffered, and ate it within 90 seconds. Here's the part nobody mentions. The children who couldn't wait weren't broken. They were just being human. The brain is wired to grab the small thing now rather than the big thing later. 1 marshmallow in the paw is worth 2 in the future. 1 mug of coffee right now is worth a finished project next week. Sloth's brain runs on the same logic. It's not lazy, it's just very, very bad at math. Part 3. The Discomfort Dodge. There's a second reason Sloth waits. Every hard task comes with a tiny, invisible price tag, a small dose of discomfort, boredom, confusion, the fear of doing it wrong. The brain notices that price tag instantly, and the brain, being a survival machine, tries to dodge anything unpleasant. So when Sloth opens his laptop, his brain panics. This will be boring. This will be hard. And like a reflex, Sloth's paw drifts towards something easier. Phone, snack, sudden urgent desire to clean the kitchen. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's about being allergic to bad feelings. And here's the cruel joke. Avoiding the task feels great for about 30 seconds. Then Sloth remembers the task still exists. Now there's the original discomfort plus a fresh layer of guilt on top. Sloth has somehow made the situation worse and called it a break. Part 4. The Tomorrow Trap. Sloth tried to outsmart himself. He told Tomorrow Sloth, "You will write for 2 hours, starting at 8 a.m. sharp." Tomorrow Sloth, who does not exist yet and cannot defend himself, agreed to everything. Today Sloth felt productive just from planning it. Today Sloth poured another coffee. Then morning arrived. Tomorrow Sloth, now upgraded to Today Sloth, looked at the schedule and said, "Who agreed to this? Not me." The trick, Sloth learned, isn't to plan harder. It's to start right now, before the task can be passed along. Just 2 minutes, open the document, write 1 sentence. 2 minutes is so small the brain doesn't sound the alarm. And once Sloth starts, momentum quietly takes over. Part 5. The Deadline. Sloth noticed something strange. The night before something is due, Sloth becomes a different Sloth entirely. Suddenly, Sloth can focus. Suddenly, Sloth can write. Why? Because the discomfort of failing the deadline finally became bigger than the discomfort of doing the task. So Sloth learned to fake deadlines. Tell a friend he'll send the draft by Friday. Book the appointment. Pay in advance. Sloth's brain doesn't respect someday. It only respects a real, painful finish line. Part 6. 4 tricks to outsmart Sloth brain. Number 1. Shrink the task. Sloth can't write a book. Sloth can write 1 sentence. Make the first step so small it's embarrassing not to do it. Number 2. Decide in advance. Don't decide when to start in the moment. Sloth in the moment will always vote no. Decide the night before. 9 a.m. Desk. Document open. Number 3. Remove the friction. The task isn't hard. The friction around it is. Lay out the shoes. Open the tab. Put the mug next to the laptop. Number 4. Forgive past Sloth. Yesterday, Sloth wasted the afternoon. Beating up today's Sloth about it just adds more discomfort, which causes more procrastination. Drop the guilt. Start the next 2 minutes. Part 7. The choice of tomorrows. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's the price of having a brain that loves comfort and fears discomfort. Every Sloth has it. Every human has it. Sloth doesn't need to become a different Sloth. Sloth just needs to stop negotiating with tomorrow's Sloth, who, let's be honest, has been lying to him for years. So the next time Sloth stares at his to-do list, Sloth remembers. It's not about waiting until he feels ready. It's about starting before he feels ready. The only question is, which tomorrow does Sloth want to wake up to? Sloth says thanks. Smash the like button. Toss him a subscribe. He'll get to it tomorrow.